As you let your eyes get heavy, your head get light, feel the tiredness in your body. Feel the muscles start to relax, let go of all the stress and all the thoughts of the day. Where I am now, it's summertime. When I was a kid, of course, the summer days were very long. And where I lived, there were hundreds of fireflies would come out at night. We called them lightning bugs. And so one of our favorite things to do at night was to run around and collect lightning bugs in a jar. Of course, you had to punch holes in the top of it so that they could breathe. And it only took about 15 or 20 minutes, and you would have a whole great big jar full of lightning bugs with that beautiful green glow that they have. And what we would do with our jars of lightning bugs is we would put them at the bases of our kickball field. We used to play kickball until very late at night, until you couldn't even really see the ball anymore. And the way we would mark the bases once the sun went down was with jars of fireflies. So you kick the ball and you'd aim for the firefly jar, and you'd navigate around the bases by the fireflies at night. Then you come in smelling like dirt and sweat, and summertime, take a shower and get in bed and get all snuggly. And while you're getting all snuggly tonight, let's listen to Robin Hood by Howard Pyle. Chapter 1. Robin Hood Meets the Outlaws. In England, many years ago, there was a good king. His name was Richard, and the people loved him. One day, King Richard left England. He had to fight in a war in another country. His brother, John, ruled in his place. Prince John was a bad man. He took away the houses and lands of the poor people and gave them to his friends. He killed anyone who did not obey him. Many men had nowhere to live. Some of them lived in a forest. Prince John said they were outlaws. One of these men stood out from the rest. "I was a rich man, and I gave to the poor," this man told the other men. "Prince John does not like me. He took my lands and gave them to his friends. Now he wants to kill me." He turned to a beautiful woman who was standing by his side. "This is Marion," he said. "She loves me, and I love her. Her father will not let her marry me. He is afraid of Prince John. But one day we will be married." "What is your name?" one of the men asked. "Call me Robin Hood. It is not my real name, but it is the name you must use." The men wanted a leader. They liked Robin Hood. "We want you as our leader," they shouted. "Very well," Robin Hood replied. "I will be your leader. We will live together in the forest. We will all wear green clothes. We will stay here until good King Richard returns. He will give us back our lands and our houses." "We need some money, Robin," one of the men said. His name was Will. "I was your servant until Prince John took your lands. I hid some of your gold in your house before we left. Let me go to your house and get it." "You must be careful, Will," Robin Hood said. "The sheriff obeys the prince. He will hang you if he catches you." "I'll be careful, Robin," Will said. "I'll take Much with me." Much was the youngest of the outlaws. He was a good and brave boy. Will and Much went into the town. The sheriff's men were everywhere. They were looking for Robin Hood and the other outlaws. Will and Much got into Robin's house without the sheriff's men seeing him. Will found the gold and put some of it in a bag. He gave this to Much. The boy ran off. Will put some gold and jewels under his clothes. Then he left the house. Later, when Will came out of the house, the sheriff's men saw him. He tried to run away, but they caught him. They took him to the sheriff. "Who are you? What are you doing in Robin Hood's house?" the sheriff asked him. "I was his servant," Will said. "I was trying to get some of my things from his house." "I have no quarrel with you," the sheriff said. My quarrel is with Robin Hood. You may go." Then one of the sheriff's men said, "How do we know the things are his? Perhaps they are Robin Hood's." "You may be right," the sheriff said. "Search him." The men searched Will and found the gold. "If you are a poor servant, then that gold must not be yours," the sheriff yelled. "It is Robin Hood's. You must be one of his men. You are an outlaw, and you will hang tomorrow." Much was waiting for Will in the forest. When Will did not come, Much went back into town. He met a friend. "Where is Will?" he asked him. "The sheriff's men took him," the friend answered. "The sheriff will hang him tomorrow." Much ran back into the forest. He ran as fast as he could to the outlaws' camp. "Will is in prison," he told Robin. "The sheriff will hang him tomorrow." "We must rescue Will," Robin said. The next day Robin put on a beggar's old and dirty clothes. Then he went into town. Robin waited near the gallows. A crowd of people was waiting. They wanted to see the hanging. Soon the sheriff's men brought Will from the prison. The sheriff asked, "Where is the hangman? He should be here." He sent one of his men to get the hangman. The man soon came back. "The hangman is drunk," the man said. "He cannot do his work." The sheriff was very angry. "This outlaw must hang," he shouted. "Who will do the hangman's work for a piece of gold?" A beggar in the crowd put up his hand. "I will," he said. He walked towards the gallows. "I will do anything for gold," he shouted. He put the rope around Will's neck. As he did so, he spoke quietly to him. "Don't be afraid, Will. You won't hang. I have a sword for you and another for me under my coat. When I say now, take the sword from me, and we will fight our way through the sheriff's men." "Be quick," the sheriff shouted at the beggar. "Hang him, and then we can all go home." "Now!" shouted Robin. He took the two swords from under his coat. He gave one to Will and kept one for himself. They jumped at the sheriff's men. The men were too surprised to fight back. Robin and Will ran out of town into the forest. There were horses waiting for them. They rode back to their camp and were safe. Chapter 2. Robin Hood Meets Little John. One day Robin went into the forest alone. He came to a bridge across a river. He began to cross the bridge. As he did so, a man began to cross the bridge from the other side. The two men met in the middle of the bridge. There was not enough room for them to pass. "I was on the bridge first," Robin said. "You were not," the other man said. He was much taller than Robin. "I was on the bridge first." Robin put an arrow in his bow. "Move, or I shall shoot you," Robin demanded. "Move, or I shall hit you with my staff," the tall man said. He had a long, thick staff. Robin laughed. "My arrow will kill you. Your staff won't kill me." "You are a coward to fight me with a bow and arrow," the tall man said. "Fight me with a staff like mine." "I am not a coward," Robin said. "I will fight you with a staff. Stay where you are." Robin walked away to a tree. He cut a long, thick staff from the tree. He walked back to the middle of the bridge. "Now I will fight you," he said. "We will find out who is stronger." The two men fought for a long time. They hit one another hard with their staffs. Then the tall man hit Robin very hard. He fell off the bridge and into the river. "Now, who is the stronger man?" the tall man shouted. At this moment, Will and some of Robin's men came out of the forest. Will saw Robin in the river. "Shall we kill this man, Robin?" Will shouted. "No," Robin answered as he climbed out of the river. "I want to talk to him." "Who are you?" Robin asked the tall man. "What are you doing in the forest?" "I am looking for Robin Hood," the tall man said. "Oh? Why are you looking for him?" "I want to join his band of outlaws. I want to be one of his men." Why do you want to become an outlaw? Robin asked him. I am already an outlaw, the tall man said. Prince John took my lands and gave them to one of his men. Now I have no home. Robin shook his hand. Welcome. I am Robin Hood, he said. I need strong and brave men like you. You may join my band of outlaws. What is your name? Will asked him. John Little, the tall man said. Robin laughed. You are so tall, he said. We will call you Little John. And this was how Little John became one of Robin's best friends. Not long after Little John joined the band of outlaws, a knight rode through the forest. Robin saw him coming and said to Little John, That knight looks sad. Ask him to join us for dinner. It is good to have a guest sometimes. Little John walked out of the trees and held up his hand. Stop, Sir Knight, he said. My leader, Robin Hood, invites you to have dinner with us. I shall be pleased to, the knight said. I heard about Robin Hood. He is a good man who takes from the rich and gives to the poor. The knight followed Little John to the outlaw's camp. Welcome, Robin said. What is your name? I am Sir Richard of Ley, the knight answered him. Why do you look so sad? Robin asked him. Tomorrow I shall lose my lands. My wife and young children will have nowhere to live. Come and eat with us, Robin Hood said, and tell us your story. Sir Richard joined the outlaws around their campfire. As he ate, he told them his story. My eldest son left home to fight with King Richard. Soon after he left, I received some bad news. The enemy captured him. They asked for a ransom of 1,000 pounds. That's a large sum of money, Little John said. Yes, and far more than I had, which was only 600 pounds. I went to the abbot and asked him to lend me 400 pounds. His abbey is very rich. It owns many farms, and the farmers all pay a high rent. And what did this rich abbot say? Robin asked Sir Richard. He agreed to lend me the 400 pounds. My son was returned to me, but if I do not repay the money tomorrow, the abbot will take all my lands. I need more time to save this amount of money. I pleaded with the abbot, but he just laughed and would not listen to me. The man is a rogue, Little John shouted. How much money do you have? Robin asked him. Only a few pounds. Search him, Robin said. Little John and Will searched the knight. They found only 2 pounds. The knight is telling the truth, Robin, Little John said. Then we shall lend him the money. Go to the shop, Will, and get 400 pounds for this good knight. How can I thank you? The knight asked. Come back to us in a year's time and repay the loan, Robin said. I trust you. The knight stayed with the outlaws that night, and the next morning rode off to the abbey. The abbot was waiting for him. Do you have the money? He demanded. I need more time, the knight answered. I have given you enough time. You agreed to give me your lands in exchange for the loan. The abbot smiled. He was a greedy and cruel man. Your abbey is rich, the knight said. Why can't you give me more time to get the money? The abbot turned to some soldiers who were awaiting his orders. Go to this man's home, he commanded. Make sure that his wife and children leave. Everything he owns is now mine. Oh, no, it isn't, Sir Richard shouted. He took a bag of gold out of his pocket and threw it on the ground in front of the abbot. Then he turned and went away. The abbot was very angry, but there was nothing he could do. Chapter 3. Robin Hood and the Quarrelsome Friar. One day Robin was walking in the forest. He came to a river. A friar was standing on the other side of the river. He lived alone in a small hut near the river. He had a small boat and ferried people across the river. He charged a few coins. I want to cross, Robin shouted at him. Bring your boat over. What's the hurry? The friar said. And how do I know you have money to pay me? Robin held up his purse. "Are you sure you really have the money?" the friar asked. Robin became angry. "Stop arguing, man," he said. "Do your job." The friar got into his boat and rowed it across the river. When he reached the other side, Robin got into the boat. The friar ferried him across the river. Before Robin could get out of the boat, the friar demanded, "Give me your purse." "I will not," Robin said. "I told you I will pay you, and I will." "Then I must take your purse," the friar said. "I do not trust you." He moved toward Robin. Quickly, Robin drew his sword. He held it at the friar's head. "No man calls me a liar," he shouted. "I must punish you, quarrelsome friar. You will now carry me back across the river on your back." The friar was a huge man and very strong. "Very well," he said. "If that is what you want, then you shall have it. Put away your sword and climb onto my back." Robin put away his sword and climbed onto the friar's back. The river was shallow, and the friar walked into it. He carried Robin to the middle of the river. There he bent down and tipped Robin into the river. As Robin tried to stand up in the water, the friar took his sword from him. "Now," he said, "it is my turn. You will carry me back." At first Robin was angry, but then he began to laugh. "I cannot be angry with you," he said. "Get on my back, good friar, and I will carry you to the river bank." The friar agreed, and Robin began to carry him across the river. Before they reached the river bank, however, Robin tipped the friar into the water. Then he hurried to the river bank. He laughed as he watched the friar in the water. "Now we are equal," he said. "Oh, no, we're not," the friar shouted. He ran out of the river and picked up a thick staff. Robin looked around, and he also found a thick staff. The two men now began fighting with the staffs. They fought until they were exhausted. Then Robin said, "That's enough, good friar. Let's call it a draw." The friar agreed, and the two men sat down on the riverbank. "Tell me who you are," Robin asked. "Tell me why you live alone in a small hut." "I am Friar Tuck," the friar said. "I live alone, but one day I shall find Robin Hood. Then I shall ask to join him and live with him in Sherwood Forest." "I am Robin Hood," Robin said, "and you are welcome to join our band. We need a holy man to join us in our prayers for King Richard's safe return." "I will pray for that," Friar Tuck said. He held out his hand. "You will find me loyal and trustworthy, Robin." "I know." The two men shook hands. Friar Tuck became a trusted member of Robin Hood's band of outlaws. Chapter 4. Maid Marion joins the outlaws. One day, Sir Guy of Gisborne visited Marion's father, Lord Fitzwalter. Sir Guy was one of Prince John's men. He knew Lord Fitzwalter's daughter was in love with Robin Hood. He was hoping Maid Marion would lead him to Robin Hood. Lord Fitzwalter had to welcome him. Then Sir Guy said, "I believe there is a fair in the village. Shall we go?" "Let's do that," Lord Fitzwalter said. "There will be many sports to watch." Sir Guy and Lord Fitzwalter rode to the village. There was a large crowd of people. They were watching an archery competition. All of the competitors were men, except one. "Who is that girl?" Sir Guy asked Lord Fitzwalter. "Her name is Clorinda," Lord Fitzwalter answered. "She is a farmer's daughter." Sir Guy did not believe him. He was sure the girl was Marion, Lord Fitzwalter's daughter. "She will lead me to Robin Hood," he thought. "Everyone knows they want to marry." Clorinda shot her arrow, and it hit the target. The crowd cheered. Then a man dressed in green walked up to her. "I will try to do better than that," he said. He shot an arrow. It hit the target close to Clorinda's arrow. "Who is that man?" Sir Guy asked Lord Fitzwalter. "I don't know," Lord Fitzwalter lied. He knew the man was Robin Hood. "Well, I know who he is," Sir Guy said. "He is Robin Hood, and I am here to arrest him." "You and who else?" Lord Fitzwalter said. "How many men in green do you see?" Sir Guy looked at the crowd. He saw many men in green. "They are all Robin Hood's men," Lord Fitzwalter said. "You will need help to arrest him, but I have no men here to help you." "Then I shall ride to Nottingham and get the sheriff. He will come with his men, and we will arrest Robin Hood. He is an outlaw, and Prince John wants him in prison." Sir Guy rode off to Nottingham. He soon returned with the sheriff and his men. "Where is Robin Hood?" he asked everyone. "We don't know," was the reply. The sheriff said, "He's gone back into the forest. He can't have gone far. We'll catch him." Sir Guy, the sheriff, and his men rode into the forest. They soon came to a river. There was a narrow bridge across the river. Friar Tuck was standing in the middle of the bridge. "Get out of the way, Friar," the sheriff demanded. "You get out of my way," Friar Tuck answered back. "We are on Prince John's business," the sheriff said. "Get out of the way, or it will be bad for you." Friar Tuck laughed. He swung his large staff and hit the sheriff. He fell off his horse and into the river. "Arrest that man!" the sheriff shouted. His men ran forward, but Friar Tuck used his thick staff to beat them off. He knocked several of them into the water. Then Robin Hood and his men came out of the trees. They had bows and arrows. Sir Guy, the sheriff, and his men only had swords. Robin's archers easily beat them. Sir Guy was wounded, and so was the sheriff. They rode back to Nottingham. The next day the sheriff sent some of his men to Lord Fitzwalter's castle. "We know that your daughter Marion pretended to be Clorinda," the leader of the men said. "We know that she is a friend of the outlaw Robin Hood. In the name of Prince John, she must take us to him." "How do I know that you are not outlaws in disguise?" Lord Fitzwalter asked. "And you are talking nonsense. My daughter is not Clorinda. If you are not outlaws, then tell Prince John to come here himself." The sheriff's men argued, but there was nothing they could do. Lord Fitzwalter had many archers guarding his castle. "We shall come again," the leader of the sheriff's men said. Then he and the other soldiers went away. Lord Fitzwalter went to his daughter's room. "You must hide somewhere in the castle," he told his daughter. "No, father," Marion said. "Those men will come back with Prince John. He will search the castle and find me. Then he will make me take him to Robin. I must go to him now and stay with him in the forest. He and his men will protect me." "You cannot stay with Robin Hood," her father said. "You are not married to him, and I will not allow you to marry an outlaw." "I shall not stay with him as his wife," Marion said. "I will be one of his men. You know that he is really a good man, father. He is an outlaw only because Prince John took his lands. When King Richard returns from the war, he will give Robin back his lands." Marion put on a man's clothes and left the castle. She carried a sword and her bow and arrows. She walked into the forest. She walked all day, and then, as the sun began to set, Robin Hood came out of the trees. "Who are you and where are you going?" Robin demanded. "That is none of your business," Marion said. "You will answer my questions," Robin Hood demanded, "or I shall cut you in two." Marion put down her bow and arrow and drew her sword. For several minutes she fought Robin until he said, "Enough! You are as good with a sword as me. I do not wish to hurt you, but tell me who you are and what you are doing in Sherwood Forest." Marion took off her hat. Robin saw her long hair. "Don't you recognize me, Robin?" she asked. Now Robin knew who the young man really was. "Oh, Marion," he said, putting his arms around her. "I nearly wounded you." Marion laughed. "And I nearly wounded you. But all is well, and you know that I can fight as well as you can." Robin and Marion went back to his camp together. The outlaws had a great feast that night. Let's take a break right there. Remember, you are the only you that there is, the only you that there ever will be. And that's amazing. Have the best dreams. Maybe count some fireflies. Go out tomorrow and have an amazing day. Good night.